What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with the update of Blessing Avudibu, who made this big announcement that this time is working with Stefan as his coach for this upcoming season. And as good as Stefan is, I believe this upcoming 2025 year, that is gonna be a testing year for him because he has a number of big men's open guys. And all of them are potential Olympians. Many of them are competing against each other in the same shows. So far, the man who did the best job with Blessing Avudibu, that was probably Josh Farah, who coached him for Indy and the New York Pro back in 2022. And Blessing won both these shows. But looking at the competition right now in the men's open class, that has just gone way too up in the last couple of years. So Blessing not only needs to peak 100%, he needs more quads to find a good balance. That was missing on him last year when he did those couple of shows. His lower body was just way too behind. So this throwback picture, posted by Blessing, standing right next to the reigning Miss Olympia now, Samson Dauda. That has got to be super motivating because Blessing won his pro card in that same show back in 2017 and he was able to beat Samson Dauda. And Samson just did not look as good as he does right now. I mean, the man is Miss Olympia now, so he wasn't even close. Truly such an inspiring story for so many of these guys. Like for instance Blessing Avudibu, to put everything on the line for this upcoming season. And you can see that Blessing is in that attitude. So the man is currently weighing over 320 pounds and he has never been this big. So with Blessing taking this entire year off, he is going to be coming back with a vengeance next year with every intention of qualifying for Miss Olympia next year. Next up, we have an update from Regan Grimes, another guy working with Stefan for this upcoming year. Another guy who is going to be making his comeback after more than 1 year. And there is a similarity between Regan and Blessing. Add them to the list of those guys who took the entire year off. Regan actually took their second year totally off in the last 3 years, which puts a lot of pressure on him because he needs to bring it this year. He really needs to make his mark now. So he was in a great condition in his last show, which was the Olympia last year. And I really do not know why he still gets lots of criticism that he is still an Instagram bodybuilder. Because I have got to say, an Instagram bodybuilder just cannot place top 9 in the world at the Olympia level, which Regan did last year. So we can see there has been more focus on his quads this year. Because he has got a phenomenal back, great hamstrings, and his back is just totally impressive top to bottom. But he needs more quad size from the front. He needs more outer quad sweep. And with the way there has been so much emerging talent in the men's open class, and Regan has been competing as a pro since 2017. This is the year when Regan needs to take his game to the next level. Because in order to be top 6, in order to be in the first call out at the Olympia, Regan needs to beat some awesome bodybuilders. So this hasn't been yet confirmed by Regan Grimes, but Pittsburgh Pro is gonna be one of the biggest shows of next year. And the Manians will try their best to convince as many big names as they possibly can to make this a very successful show. Plus, we have $100,000 on the line at this show. So Regan is also a very big name, and the show is gonna fit his timing extremely well. The 7 times Miss Olympia Heath, one of the greatest of all time, has been retired since 2020, and he has been doing one hell of a job maintaining that sort of muscularity. I mean, the man still has incredible size, and yes, I know he's down more than 20 pounds. Which was a right decision, because what's the point of staying over 240 pounds when the man isn't ever gonna compete again, when he isn't gonna step on stage? So all of us who keenly followed Heath's career, they know that all the predictions that were being made during his entire reign, they just changed from second onwards, because everybody just knew if Heath is on, if he brings his A game, the competition is just over already, because that is how good this man was. I mean, there is a reason why he's called the Gift. So that 2011 version of Heath, that is gonna go down as one of the greatest Miss Olympia physiques of all time. And yes, I know Ronnie Coleman, 2003 version specifically, that could have possibly beaten him. But still, most of us would take Phil's 2011 physique all day, because he was just so well put up together. He had no weaknesses whatsoever. So Heath would have won at least 2 more Miss Olympias if it wasn't for his hernia problems. That just totally messed up his look, especially his midsection. And honestly, people were so tired of him winning over and over again. They wanted a change. And the thing is, they got it. But people really appreciate his physique now. Will Nick Walker be able to improve his sweep on his quads up to a point where he can have an X-frame that can rival guys like Martin or maybe Hadi Chopin? Well, I'm gonna say not that likely, because there is only so much improvements a specific bodybuilder can make who has been a pro for so many years now and who trains with so much precision and so much accuracy, because that is just how genetics work. And this is just Nick Walker's genetics. And again, I have got to say the only way Nick Walker is gonna beat some of these top guys, that is to overpower them with more muscle and more freak factor. And even then, he is gonna need some help from all these other guys to come in off. Now Samson Dauda will still be so hard to beat, because Nick Walker just cannot outmuscle a guy like Samson Dauda, who is just so damn massive. Now I think Nick Walker is kind of unlucky, in a sense, that the overall frame and aesthetics, they are being accounted for so much in the overall judging criteria, especially in the recent bodybuilding era, and more specifically in the last couple of years. And he is up against some very fierce competitors, some shape monsters. So, his career kind of peaked with his Olympia 2022 look, because that I have got to say was one hell of a physique where